Welcome back to Point Blank. I'm Riley here once again with Corinna and Gabrielle. Tonight we have some interesting topics to talk about, but no time to waste, so let's jump right in. Kelly Clarkson might be undergoing some huge changes. There have been reports that she may be changing her name from Kelly Clarkson to Kelly Brielle, and this was basically confirmed after she legally filed for the name change. I don't know how to feel about this.
What is the reason for this?
I don't know. I mean, Clarkson is her maiden name. Is it not?
What is Brielle?
Wait,
Her middle name.
her middle. Maybe because I know some people, and I'm not saying this is her because I haven't followed like her whole story,
Yeah.
but names bring a lot of trauma, so maybe she's just like changing.
She did have a bad relationship
Yeah.
with her dad.
So maybe that's why.
Do you know the song Piece by Piece by Kelly Clarkson?
Yes.
That's about her dad and how he basically
Piece by piece.
Yeah, you better
yeah,
sing.
yeah, yeah.
I knew she was
He,
going to. I was waiting.
he basically gave her a horrible life, and the you restored my faith, pick the pieces off the ground is about her stepdad. And so
Jeez.
I gotta remember the words, but there's words about fathers and mothers, and it's about her parents. She performed it on the American Idol farewell season that lasted a minute, but she started crying, and I watch that all the time, and I just cry. It's one of the saddest videos I've ever watched.
Well, I never knew what had meaning like that behind it. I thought Clarkson was her husband's name. Maybe they were having
No.
rockiness.
Well, they're
But
divorced.
Yeah, that's
So-
what I thought.
That was a rocky situation.
But that was
too.
a while ago, right?
That was a while ago, but he sued her and basically.
Well, they have
said-
kids and stuff
they have
too,
kids,
right?
yeah. But Clarkson was still her maiden name. She never changed her name.
Brielle probably.
It's pretty.
Having her first name with no last name attached to it, I guess, that gives her her own identity to her success and all the things she's accomplished. She's not giving credit to her dad who gave her last name. That's probably why
Yeah.
she's doing it.
I think so. And I think that's great that she's doing that. She built herself and built her brand all on her own. So I think it's totally okay that she's doing that. I think it's just going to be a hard adjustment for people.
Yeah, most definitely.
If I see her, I'm going to be that's Kelly Clarkson.
Same.
Yeah.
Even though she's dropping the Clarkson from her name.
Exactly. That's
I didn't even
it's gonna
think
be
of
an
that.
adjustment.
Should not Kelly.
Because
'cause
doesn't
you
she
don't
have
just
a
call her
show?
Kelly.
She has a
She-
show.
the
She has a
Kelly
talk
Clarkson
show.
show.
So the Kelly Brielle show.
Yeah. She might call it the Kelly show, the Ellen show.
Oh.
But I don't know. I think, again, I think it's really cool that she's doing that. I just think that she's going to struggle to get people to kind of jump on board. And I think people are going to create a whole problem out of it, which it's not your
Name.
life. It's not your decision.
Yeah.
It's not your name. So why do you care?
Exactly.
But I don't know. I think it's going to be really hard for people to adjust to that.
I know I'm having a hard time already. So
I'm sure once she files for that legal name change, she'll probably put out some sort of statement. I doubt she's just gonna keep people in the dark like that. So I'm assuming once she puts out an explanation of why she's
Yeah.
doing it, more
Yeah.
people will be on board. I mean, even for me, it's probably gonna. I'm Kelly Clarkson. Oh, Kelly Brielle.
Yeah.
It'll
Yeah.
take a little adjustment, but
Right.
if
Yeah.
the reasoning behind it, so that she can have her own identity, then good for her.
yeah,
Right.
as she should.
As she should.
she
I know.
should.
I'm really happy for her, and I think that it'll be good for her, and she can do whatever she wants. People just need to respect her decision and not
Exactly.
make any comments about it or say oh, I'm not going to call her that. People need to have that respect, and I
Yeah.
hope that when she does officially announce that this is her name, it's Kelly Brielle, that people are able to show that.
I'm so excited to see obviously I'm assuming it's gonna get passed, but if she were to put out a statement, what she would say and stuff.
Yeah.
Good for her.
I know.
Strong
Very
woman.
well spoken.
She is a
too.
strong woman. I love her. She's amazing.
Me too.
Yeah. So ooh.
Well, former band and Nickelodeon sensation Big Time Rush is making their comeback after almost 10 years of being apart. The band announced that they are officially going on tour this year, and fans are going crazy. Were either of you Big Time Rush fans? I'll take
I
that
watched
as a
the
yes.
show, but I wasn't a fan. I'm genuinely curious. Who are these fans that are excited?
Okay.
What age group? Us?
I
Yeah,
think
okay.
it's us that
They are
watched
not
them.
as cute as they were. Okay, not okay. What age
I think
were
James
we?
is.
We were in middle school.
Yeah,
we
middle
were
school.
not in high school. We were middle school.
Maybe elementary.
I was going to say elementary to middle.
Oh,
because
elementary,
gee, I think all the and I always thought they were irrelevant. I'm not trying to be okay. That is mean.
Wait, actually, before you go on, it was elementary because I looked up when the show ended, and it was 2013. 13.
Ouch.
So we were
And-
13 and 12.
So so that's like,
Jeez.
is that 5th grade, 6th grade?
Yeah, that's 5th grade.
Yeah.
That
Anyway,
doesn't feel like
continue.
it. Okay, but yeah. But okay, what are their names? Joe Jonas and them?
The
The
Jonas
Jonas
Brothers.
Brothers. Duh. Okay, that I get why they got back together.
Yeah.
Because it kind of was just like abrupt. But Big Time Rush, not saying that Nickelodeon shows are irrelevant, but like they didn't really
It's not.
have a strong
You're not-
holding like
yeah.
Disney, you know? And now they're going on tour. And like I only remember one song from them.
Mm-hmm.
And I could sing it right now, but I would mess up the words and I don't want to do them like that, you know?
Yeah. I feel
But
you.
it's just so random, like out of nowhere. They're just
It
like, we're going on
is.
tour.
It's almost like they didn't have anything to do.
I wonder if they're broke. They could be broke and need.
One of them's a dad, I know that for sure. But this is what I was gonna say. That's why I asked who are their fans, because when you texted Big Time Rush getting back together, I did not see that once. How did you find out about
It
that?
was all over
She's
TikTok.
a fan. She's
I
one of
guess
them.
I'm
Okay,
not-
you're a fan.
I'm
I didn't
not
see that
avid,
at
but
all.
You don't have. I'm not avid.
Okay. I didn't see that at all. Not
no.
anywhere.
One
I'm
of the-
just on a very
Like,
different.
remember when the Jonas
screen.
Brothers announced that they were getting back together? Like
whole
it was
world blew up.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
This, I feel like,
Anticlimactic.
But I just feel like the Jonas Brothers were more singers than Big Time Rush was. Big
thought
Time
that was
Rush,
a
I feel like,
joke.
was a show, and they they acted as a band. I didn't know they actually like toured as a band.
same. Where have they
I mean, I
performed?
have friends that are like, we're going, and I'm like, who's we? I'm not. I would never spend money. Like if they were free, I'd go.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't willingly spend my money to see Big Time Rush.
No. And it's like, I guess it's like the Hannah Montana vibes. Like, Hannah Montana
Okay.
was a show, but like she also toured.
But she was actually,
she toured while
relevant.
she was doing her show.
yeah.
Like, the Big Time Rush, it's been 10 years.
They have to have younger fans that like if the show ended in 2013 and we were 13 and 12, there had to be younger
'Cause they're
kids who are
old
now
now.
like in high school.
I'm not saying that old people can't like
But it's
do
like,
their thing, but
we were the like prime age of people that would watch them when their show was live. Yes, there's going to be people who loved the show that will go to see their tour, but like, I'm sure all of us watched it. None of us are going to go see their tour.
Did they make a movie?
I think so.
Podcast? Like, did they? Once the
I
show
just
ended, what
know
else did they do?
It was funny because after there was like a TikTok of, I think his name is James,
Yeah.
that you were mentioning. He like recreated something that he did years ago,
Mm.
and then all of a sudden they went on tours. I think that like went viral, and people were like, oh, we miss him. Like,
Yeah. James was on Celebrity Big Brother
Oh wow.
season 1 or season 2.
wow.
Carlos, I know his wife is famous.
That's who has a baby.
Yeah.
Yes. Wait. Yeah, I know who you're talking. Yeah,
so
yeah.
they
okay.
have like I think those two are somewhat still in the spotlight, but like Kendall and what's the other
Logan.
one? Logan.
How do you guys remember the name? Like, I don't even remember the name.
I just like I haven't heard about them or
Yeah.
heard like what they're doing.
And I remember seeing a picture of them, and I was like, okay.
I don't know. Like I think it's like whatever. They can go on tour. That's fine.
Yeah.
You do you. It's fun. I'm sure they'll have people to attend their concerts.
Wait, I think Dixie whatever.
D'Amelio?
That one.
Is
I
opening
think
for them?
I think she's opening. Unless I
Okay,
just
this
had-
makes a lot of sense.
That'll get
okay.
them.
Okay, yeah,
That
yeah.
makes
That's
a lot
all.
of sense.
That's all I had to say.
It's Dixie going to see Dixie D'Amelio and maybe
But isn't
saying
I think
Charlie
maybe-
more popular?
Yeah, but people like Dixie's singing. Like
Okay,
Charlie's like,
right,
or
right.
Dixie's like an artist.
and she's still like in her prime time of like having fans
Like
and like
even though
being
even though
popular.
she's not big, she has a fan base.
That
That's
makes
so
a
odd.
lot more sense.
I feel like it should be Dixie
Also, too,
and Big Time Rush opening for Dixie.
Yeah.
that's what I
I want to
am
know how
thinking.
much the tickets are, because
I'm curious. Do they have new songs or they're singing?
They cannot do new songs.
they just haven't
No, that's what I'm
released it
saying.
yet.
That's why if I was on their marketing team, I would market the show as like 2000s throwback.
Yeah.
really
the
Like
cool.
imagine
throwback
if Miley
tour.
Cyrus did a Hannah Montana tour. Like all of our
That would be
that
sold
would be sick.
out. I would go to that.
Seriously.
I would
I
go
would.
to that. I'd probably buy a wig to wear to that, so
Mm-hmm.
and be like Hannah Montana.
Hannah
Just saying.
Gabrielle's double life.
Yeah, seriously.
I don't know, but I mean, good for them. I just don't.
see it.
I don't get the vibe.
I don't see the picture.
Yeah,
I'm gonna stalk them after this. Who knows? Maybe they'll get more fans after this. I don't know.
maybe it's just
'Cause
hard
they
to
weren't
do.
Not
really
my
lyrically talented either. So
No, they weren't,
They're
and
just
they were
cute.
just like
I was gonna say
And funny.
they were cute.
they
all
were.
of them.
yeah.
But like thinking back to it, they were not. Like now, if I were to see that, I'd be like,
But this. They had the prime Justin Bieber hair.
Yeah, like the
Hair
phase.
it was
Swipe.
in
Biebs
the
phase.
yeah, it was during the time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
guess that
true.
makes sense, but
They were
now
cute to us when we were younger.
Yeah, exactly. Things change.
things change, people change.
Exactly. Well, now it's time to head over to Danielle and Anna for this week's Hot Topics. What's going on, ladies?
I think I'm dyslexic.
Okay, I need
Good evening and welcome back to this week's Hot Topics. I'm Danielle and I'm joined by my lovely co-host Anna. Let's dive into this week's Hot Topics. After Kanye and Julia Fox announced their split, Julia Fox appeared on the ever so popular podcast Call Her Daddy, where she talked about her relationship with Kanye. Anna, what do you think about the chain of events now that we know that they're broken up?
The episode was very telling. Like they definitely got into it. Like, and one of the questions that she asked that I was really interested to hear her answer was, like, what do you think about everybody saying that you dress exactly like Kim Kardashian?
Right.
And she answered and said, like, oh yeah, I know that. He would give me all of these clothes that I knew Kim had worn previously,
Right.
but people aren't looking at it like she was influenced by his fashion.
Well, Kanye dressed Kim. Like, that was
Right.
a known thing.
Right.
So it makes sense. I feel like Kanye likes to kind of have control over who he's with and their style because he's so, like, fashion forward. So I feel like he wants his women to be like that. But there was this one picture and she literally looked exactly like Kim. Like, it was
Yeah.
wild.
And honestly, if he hadn't been so creepy on social media toward Kim and doing all of these things to get her back, I probably would have believed her answer a little bit more. Not that she was lying, but I would have been like, oh, that is true. Like, he just dresses whoever he's with and his style, like, remains consistent.
Right.
But because he was being so creepy, I'm like, no, I think he just wanted to dress her like Kim.
No, yeah, he was being so creepy. Like, stuff that he was posting on Instagram, like, about just Pete, and he doesn't refer to him as Pete, he calls him Skeet. And he's, like, sending Kim these flowers on Valentine's Day, like,
He wrote something
my
in the
vision
sky.
is crystal clear, like, with KK.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this is whack. And he's like, I'm never letting Pete near my children.
I know, I saw that one too. He needs some serious
He's going
help.
through
It's
another,
crazy.
like, break, I think.
Yeah.
Like,
And
it's
then
wild.
He posted something that was basically saying, I'm going to stop using all caps because now I'm realizing that it came across as aggressive, blah, blah. And then, like, 2 posts later, like, the next day, he was like, I'm going to use all caps again because it's important.
And he was like
"Oh, no."
exposing personal messages between him and Kim. And Kim was, in the messages at least, she seemed to like being nice and being like, please stop, like someone's gonna come and like literally shoot Pete. Like, you have diehard fans that
Yeah.
if they see him, they're going to kill him.
She's right, though. Like, people that are die-hard fans of Kanye, like, have probably and will go to the extreme for him.
No, I agree. It was wild. And she seems so naive in the Call Her Daddy interview because she's like, Ye's muse, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, I definitely think he loves me and we're going to be together for a while. And then
they
like,
broke
a
up.
week later, they broke up.
I know. But she definitely, I think she's personally a genius, and I think she knows exactly what she's doing. Because she's associated herself with billionaires for
Right.
her entire, like, that's how she got to the level that she's at. And to be honest, I had never heard of her prior
either.
to this whole thing with Kanye. But now she's like talked about on every social media platform all day long. And I'm like, she's really smart because I don't think she really cared about Kanye.
I don't
think she
either.
wanted to stay with him
I don't
forever.
either. I saw a TikTok about that, and they're like, she knew what she was doing. She wasn't
Yeah.
dumb. Like, she just wanted to get her name in the headlines, in the spotlight, so people knew who she was. And now she's gonna get all these
picked up
brand
a free
deals.
Birkin bag
Exactly.
and she ran, and good for her.
She got all this stuff from Kanye, and now she's out.
Yeah.
Like, she knew what she was doing.
I
So.
think so. I think absolutely. And she didn't, like, nothing bad happened. I mean, people are making fun of her because she sounded very naive on the podcast, but I didn't think, other than
Yeah.
that, nothing bad happened to her.
No.
Like, she wasn't canceled, like, nothing, she wasn't getting any, like, hate other than
No.
just, like, becoming a meme.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think she was very successful in that.
I do too. Now that you say that, I'm like, she definitely knew what she was doing. So.
No, I agree. Well, I guess we'll see where this
Well,
continuing
yeah, we'll
saga
see if
takes
she's gonna
us.
be like the next it girl or something in a few weeks.
It's that time of the show when Danielle and I talk about our favorite show, Euphoria. Sunday night's episode was the craziest yet. Danielle, are you caught up?
Is that even a question? Of course I'm caught up.
had a
this
feeling.
week's episode was crazy, but I feel like the finale is next week. So this week's episode was kind of building up to like the whole thing ending, and I know something bad's gonna happen. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert for the remainder of
Yeah,
the show.
literally, we are spoiling
Our
everything, but
segment.
yeah, what do you think?
I was so dissatisfied with the ending, but like not on their part. Like they wanted it to be a cliffhanger,
Like Cassie,
and they
like
wanted me
staring
to.
in the window.
They wanted me to scream when I saw it to be continued. So they did their job, but I was definitely wanting more, like right then and there. I could see, and this is a crazy theory, but I could really see, because they keep putting in these trailers, like someone has a gun, like somebody's like. I think they're building up to a death. I really do feel like in this
I do.
episode, a main character or like a main enough character is going to die or be seriously injured or go to jail or something. And I could see like at this point Cassie like killing Lexi. Because at the end
Yes.
Nate got so mad at her because of what Lexi was doing
Put
on
in the
stage.
play and was like, you knew.
But she didn't. I really could see Cassie like going to. I think she's like crazy.
And then
I
there's
think she's on
also
her
like
breaking
the
point.
Fez angle where I think it could be one of them getting killed, like Ash or Fez, because that whole buildup of him
The
like
drug bust
wanting
going
to be
on.
with Lexi and like going to the play and talking to her every day, and the buildup of like, oh, I'm gonna sit front row for you, and then him not being there the whole time.
And of course, they just can't let us be happy. Like
Yeah,
all
they
we've wanted
just-
as an audience for this entire season is to see them be together. And here he is getting all dressed up, and he has roses and everything, and then
He's just
Something's
not there.
gonna
And I
happen.
saw an interview with the kid that plays Ash, and they were like, describe the finale in 3 words, and he was like,
Romeo and
heartbreaking, like devastating, and I'm like, someone's dying.
I think it's gonna be like I don't think Lexi and Fez are gonna end up together, which
That's,
is what
like,
we've wanted
sad.
this entire time.
But I don't know. I'm a Maddie stan, so
Oh, I love her.
I know there's going to be a showdown with her and Cassie because they showed it in the trailer, and I am living for it.
What did you think of the scene where we kind of saw the continuation of when she finally called out, like when Rue exposed for like, Cassie for what she did, and then we saw them go up the stairs and Maddie's yelling, but we never saw anything about that again. And then in this episode, we saw the
Yes.
kind of the continuation of when she went into the bathroom. Like, what did you think of that scene?
Well, I thought it was so iconic because Maddie was banging on the door just like she did in the
Yes.
first episode.
thought that too.
And Cassie's crying behind the door just like she was in the first episode. So I was like, this is so just iconic. But my heart broke for Maddie in that scene because she's like, I would never do this to you. Like, how could you do this to me? You're a coward. Like, just come out of the bathroom and talk to me like face to face.
I honestly loved, as much as I wanted to see her just absolutely, like, give it to her.
Right.
I was really happy that they kind of went with the more, like, sad Maddie route in the
Right.
scene, just so that Maddie didn't seem like this angry, just being. Like, I feel like it humanized her a lot more.
It did. It took me
And
back
made
to
it
the
more
scene
realistic.
when Nate was like, or she was like, why do you love me? And Nate was like, because you're cruel, but you're not actually cruel.
Mm-hmm.
I think that kind of showed her in a softer light instead of like, I'm going to kill you. You know what I mean?
Right. Because they
So-
easily could have went that route and everyone would have loved it. But I think it was more meaningful that she was like, I would have never done that to you. Because it really does
Right.
show how much she loves Cassie and how much she really did like betray her. Because obviously
Right.
her and Cassie like didn't have the most seamless friendship ever to begin with. So I think it really just emphasized like how dirty she did her.
Yeah, it was wild. The whole play and the flashback. Sometimes it was a little confusing to follow.
I thought so too.
But-
I couldn't tell. I was like, is this the play or is this
Right.
just them showing something else? Because they showed Kat being like a cam girl, but I couldn't tell if that was in the play because I didn't think anybody knew.
I
about
didn't
that.
know what that scene was either now that you say that because they were showing her, but then it was Cassie in the background talking to Nate like, oh, I want you to love me forever and all this stuff. And I was like, this is just so confusing.
There's a
But like,
lot.
why are they showing Kat, but then with Cassie's voice? So I'm like, is that foreshadowing something? I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. I
I'm
thought
so
it was
excited
a
for next
lot
week.
to handle. What did you think of that like opening with the flower that they've stayed on for so
Well,
long.
I didn't like it. Like I remember like sitting there in my bed watching it alone and being like on my phone at one point because I'm like, they're just showing these flowers for like 2 minutes long. Like what is
Yeah.
it doing? And then I literally just talked to you right now and I was like, what did you think about that? Because people were saying that they thought their screens were frozen, like it just stayed on that scene for too
Yeah.
long. And now do you want to explain what it
Yeah,
meant?
so I Googled it. The word that was on the screen with the flowers for 2 minutes was overture. So I Googled it, and that's what is played. Like if you go to a Broadway show, or probably any show, they will play like almost a preview of every song that the orchestra is going to play during the show. And it's done in like a 2 to 3 minute thing. So like nothing's happening on stage, you just hear the music. And because the whole show is a play, that's why they did that, which I thought was
so
really,
smart,
really cool.
so genius now that I know the reasoning behind it. So yeah, I'm so excited for next week.
Yes, me too. I definitely cannot wait. That's all we have for Hot Topics tonight. Over to you, Grant.
Welcome back to the Point Blank Game Show. I'm your host, Grant Hines, and tonight we have a special game of Guess That Celeb. Our teams, as always, will be entertainment against Hot Topics, and a member from each team will choose a celebrity from the bag to act out. Are you guys ready?
Ready as I'll ever be.
All right, Danielle, you are the first one to get us started.
Oh no.
So shake it up, choose a
It
celeb,
up.
and act it out.
Other
You're setting the bar here.
I won't look. I'd really. Okay.
will wait. My eyes are closed.
We're all just guessing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Besides Anna, I don't think.
Oh.
No,
wait, no,
and
Anna's
I think it's just a free for all at this
My
point.
eyes are closed.
We good?
Every man for himself,
Can I open?
their
Okay.
self.
Can we open?
Yeah.
Oh
Oh.
jeez. Okay.
Did you pick one?
Got it? Here, I'll take this.
All right. I'm trying to think. Okay. I don't want to live life anymore, guys.
This took a turn
could be a-
already.
a number
Trying
of
to
people.
impersonate. Oh geez. Okay. I don't even know. Me and Bella Thorne had the best
Is this
time.
Zendaya?
Yes.
Uh,
I was trying to act as Rue from Euphoria.
she doesn't want
I
to
was
live
like-
life
I don't
anymore.
want to live
think she
anymore.
I was gonna say
don't wanna
Billie
live
You
Eilish.
should have yawned. You should have yawned. Wasn't there the one episode where she was going through withdrawal and she kept yawning?
Such a good time with Bella
Have
Thorne.
not watched it.
I was going to say Tana Mojo.
Oh my god, I don't know how to do that.
Tana Mojo.
Oh wait,
Yeah,
he already
they
did
did
it.
it.
Oh, I thought you meant
was
her and Zendaya. I'm like,
No.
Wait,
No.
I
Okay.
missed that.
Okay. I don't know how to act like this person, so I'm just gonna
me see.
describe them.
When did he do it? Didn't see that.
Oh, okay.
I'm sneaky.
Okay.
Okay, so I had a lot of fun acting with another man in a movie with peaches, and it's my movie's also titled a Lil Nas X song.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good hint.
Ontario.
Yeah. What else? What
Billy
is
Ray
that called?
Cyrus. What?
What kind of movie is he in?
What?
What else is this person in?
He didn't say he's with him in the song.
In a
Yeah.
movie called Montero.
No. The movie. What is like the other part of the Montero song? Like Montero parentheses.
Oh my God, what's his name?
You know who it is?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know if you're talking about Call Me By Your Name.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
forget the name of the actor.
Timothy Chalamet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
I think that was pretty good.
I was when you said
This is for you.
peaches.
Thank you so
I
much.
I was
thought
thinking
of
of
the
Justin
Call Me
Bieber.
by
I
Your
was
Name.
on. I was
movie.
thinking about the Kid Leroy. I was like,
Oh my gosh, I love Timothy Chalamet.
How
I
do
don't
you
think
even,
he's
like-
acted before.
Yeah. How do you act like Timothy
Is it-
Chalamet?
You could have done his voice, because you know he does like
Flipped your hair.
that laugh he
I'm the
does.
hottest man alive.
Okay.
You have a good one.
I have a really good one, and I don't think I'm going to do this person justice at all. I have to think of a really, really good quote.
Watch me not know.
Those are cute jeans. Where did you get that?
Kendall Jenner.
It's Christian.
Yes.
Oh, we're on the same
That was a
team.
good one. That was a good one, yeah.
You're cute.
Okay,
Gina.
You're
Grant.
cute. I was like, somebody finish
Who's
it.
keeping score?
No one.
Oh,
Just for fun.
Scared.
oh, I'm competitive.
We're just going to go till we run out.
Yeah. Oh, I can't look. Those are cute jeans. Where'd you get them? I thought you were talking to me.
I was.
Go ahead.
Can you not read it?
I don't know this. person.
Oh, jeez.
You could put it back in, I guess.
If you don't know them,
Can I put it back?
Do you like absolutely not know them?
I just don't know how it would do that.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry guys. It would be me. Okay.
I'm gonna pick up the same one probably.
Okay. I like to bake
Oh, God.
and
Martha Stewart.
I like to
Betty Crocker.
Kelly Brielle.
I like to bake.
You a real person?
Betty Crocker.
a real person?
Controversial.
She is just a brand name.
I'm controversial. Wait, or it could have been the other lady.
So it's not Kelly
I'm
Brielle.
friends with Snoop Dogg.
That's Martha Stewart.
Martha
Oh,
Stewart.
Paula Dean.
Yes.
He's not friends
I can
with
see
Snoop.
how you can get them.
Martha's
mixed up.
friends with Snoop.
Yeah.
Paula Dean's not friends with
Oh,
Snoop.
shoot.
Remember they
Well,
did that pen
You
commercial
should
together?
have.
Yeah, literally.
Okay, guys,
what I
my
want to
turn.
say,
Don't
I
forget.
Oh,
We're ready,
Oh,
Gab.
sorry.
oh, jeez.
Wait, was I supposed to put
Okay.
it back?
I feel like this
You
is
can
what you
just
had.
Oh.
So I'm in my dorm room at Harvard
Oh.
thinking of the coolest app ever to make with my roommate. And now I just changed the name of the app and it's really
it.
scary. Mark Zuckerberg. Woo!
I didn't think anyone would get that.
No,
to
because
be
I
honest.
got
Oh my
that.
God.
I got
How
that, but I forgot what
I
app
thought it was
he
going to
made.
be Elwood.
You
Mark
know, he's like really.
Zuckerberg
She said Harvard.
went
and
to
I was like,
Harvard
I was
Reese
thinking
Witherspoon.
created
like
with his roommate.
the
When-
Kissing
And now it's called the
Booth movie.
Metaverse,
Didn't she
so-
go to Harvard?
Oh, I
Joey
don't know.
King.
Yeah, no, I got she did not.
Joey King went to Harvard.
Jo-
No,
I thought that
like,
was a
in the
movie.
Kissing Booth.
Yes, okay.
I was like, oh, maybe
Good
it
job.
was that movie.
Joey King
I
created
didn't want to
Facebook.
say it because I
Yeah,
do.
literally.
gosh.
Joey King and Elwoods.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, we're going again.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, my diamond earring.
Kim
Oh
Kardashian.
my gosh. You could have made it harder.
That was good.
Oh my gosh, that came out of nowhere.
She wasn't
wasn't
ready.
ready.
She's like, okay.
I was like, I
let's
got
go.
it.
Oh, I
Okay,
don't
Riley.
want to go again. I'm scared.
Okay, let's see here.
I wanted to do the other one, but I couldn't say that on camera.
Oh gosh. I gotta think of a quote that's like not controversial that they said. Okay. I love Joe Jonas when
Demi Lovato?
yes, right away.
Dang, I
That was
would've
good.
guessed.
Did
Did
Really
the pronouns
harsh.
give it away?
What was the quote gonna be?
What pronouns?
Because
Did
he
say?
said they.
Oh,
And
I
they
didn't
go
even
by
pick that
they now.
up.
Yeah.
I just heard Joe Jonas, and I know,
Gosh.
didn't she date
I would have
him?
been really.
I was like, that
Or
was the
they
first
date
one.
him?
I don't know. I just went based off of Camp Rock.
Oh.
When you said
They
I
dated-
was just
they dated
thought
Nick
you were trying
Jonas.
to be like, not give a gender. Like,
To be honest, I
Like, so we
didn't
wouldn't
even,
know.
yeah.
I forgot that.
Yeah,
she
I
goes
didn't
by
know
they.
they dated.
I
Okay.
thought they dated Nick Jonas.
Maybe.
Maybe,
Who knows?
I don't know.
All right, Anna.
I
Your
have
turn.
my person. Okay. I'm going to do a quote from this person. I like that laugh.
Oh my God, who is it? Justin Bieber.
Wait,
That was
what?
awful.
What'd
You
you
ever
do?
seen an interview with that girl and she laughs and he's like, I like that laugh. And I was
Oh,
like,
yeah, yeah,
tomato,
yeah.
I'm throwing
Yeah,
tomatoes.
throw tomatoes down.
I wanted
You
just
wanted
I was
say
that
like, I have to
one.
think of a meme
That
because
was
I'm
a
not
bad
going to
one.
like, what
You
else?
know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't have
I'm not
guessed
going to
it.
sing.
No.
Oh, I have the bag. I was hogging it. That was my bad.
Let me draw the boat.
I
Okay.
like that laugh.
I like that.
I wouldn't have guessed
I'm
that.
really scared.
I knew one of you would
yeah.
get it.
I hate that video.
I do too.
Slipping up the bag. I'm just gonna hand it to you.
Oh, she doesn't even know yet. I thought that was the impression.
Welcome home to High Point University.
Nito.
That's so
that's
good.
so
Yes.
Yeah, that was
good.
The
really
man, the
good.
myth himself.
I would have
was
started
good.
singing Great Day
Yeah.
Great.
if I got him.
I'm scared. Okay. You guys need to stop. I'm not who you see me on TV. Like, my character and whom I am as a person is different.
Hannah Montana.
Oh, I was gonna
Miley
guess that.
Cyrus.
Wait, I don't even know this.
Bella Thorne? I don't know.
Jacob Elordi?
My husband has less than 2,000 followers on Instagram. My ex
Oh,
man
okay.
is now in the public eye with his new GF.
Is it Ariana?
Summer
Grande?
Rae.
Ariana Grande.
Wow.
She doesn't like being seen as
Wait,
cat.
does Dalton have an
Really
Insta?
like-
He's an
Last
Instagram?
one.
Good.
That when you said
Dalton
the
has an
followers
Instagram?
thing, the first thought
Oh,
was
he's
Dalton.
private,
I get
yeah.
another one,
Oh,
guys.
he's
I'm not
private,
sure.
okay.
I don't want to be wrong.
No, good guess.
You're the last one.
How many more do we have? Is that the
think
last
it's
one?
Looking at my
Right?
ex.
Is this the last one?
Yeah. Okay.
The font's really small. So.
Make it a good one.
Hypothetically, if I did it, I would have taken a knife and I would have showed up to her house and
Is this a
I would
Euphoria
have
character? I don't watch.
almost beheaded her because she was with this waiter that he forgot his glasses at the restaurant. And I wrote a book because I didn't do it.
It's just turning into Danielle.
But
The accent is gone.
come on, how do you guys not know
You
this?
know a lot about this, and I'm surprised.
Yes, because I'm a big fan.
Oh, me too. That's
of
why.
the story.
That's why I wrote his name.
I
I
wrote
think I know.
a book, and I didn't do it. But if I did,
OJ? Okay, that was like
Oh.
I was gonna say that at first, but then I let you keep
Wow, you
going.
really
You're a
know.
fan?
I watched. Well, a fan of like this, like true crime.
Did
Oh,
you see?
okay.
I saw
The-
that. I've like
the
watched
American
every
Crime
documentary
Story?
on him. Yes.
Oh, love that. Okay, well
That's
that.
like the best one I could have gotten.
Yes, and
'Cause
you
I
did
know
really
everything
good.
about it.
I'm
That
so
is
glad
pretty
you're. I'm
impressive.
so glad I found another fellow fan of the
O.J.
whole.
Simpson.
Well, not a
Fan
fan,
club.
but
Well, right, of the situation in the
I
true,
got OJ
Oh, we
and
better
Kim.
have
the
Wow.
true crime situation. Yeah.
Get away.
Riley said, I'm
Get out of here.
Yeah.
We're back here too.
Well,
Better
that
watch out.
is all the time we have, unfortunately, for the game show today. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for joining us on Point Blank this week. We'll see you next week. Bye, guys.
Improv with no
Well, before we jump back into things, we were just chatting about Big Time Rush during Hot Topics, and we didn't realize how many bops they had. So we will be going to the concert. So be on the lookout for that because we will be attending the Big Time Rush reunion tour.
Buying them as soon as this is
Yeah,
over.
right when we're done filming, we're gonna go and buy the tickets.
Yes.
But anyway, in a shocking revelation, Hailey Bieber revealed that she will no longer be doing interviews regarding her relationship with her husband, Justin Bieber. Do we think that there is trouble in paradise, or is she just over the press's questions about their marriage?
When you were saying that, I don't know why I was getting emotional. Like, I'm married to him because I'm not, obviously. It's fine. But as she should, I
Yeah.
think throughout I'm a diehard Bieber fan.
Me too.
I've lost respect for him sometimes, but
Okay.
I've come back because I'm loyal. But my thing is, he has, I was about to, anyways, his fan base, they're rude. I don't care. Like, people are like,
You
oh,
are his fan base.
I'm not rude, but people like the Selena fan base, no hate to them, but they've been
Selenators.
rude to like Hailey, like the whole press, they've been rude to Hailey. And I got in an argument with my roommate about Hailey, and I don't even know her personally. It's just like, people are so mean, and I don't blame her shutting off the interviews. She doesn't
I'm
want
so
to do it. She
protective
doesn't
of
wanna do
Hailey
it.
for. She doesn't know who I am. We'll
Yeah.
never know.
Yeah.
I am so protective of her too because I've talked about this plenty of times on Point Blank. Like, I was found out about this last Tuesday. I was reading it. She announced that she wasn't doing anymore because she said that, which we've talked about, that she says things and people misconstrue her words, and then like she'll give an interview and she'll say like, oh, like we had a little argument about like pizza, and then the next day the headline's like, pizza
breaking
breaks
up?
up the Biebers. Like, they take what she's saying and she's giving like insight about their relationship, and they just totally misconstrue it, and they show her in bad light all the time. I feel bad for her. She's constantly having to stick up for herself,
Yeah.
like saying Justin and I's relationship is real, it's raw, and people continuously bring her down. So I don't blame her.
Yeah.
No, I don't blame her at all either. I think the press just wants like things to say, and Justin Bieber's obviously a big name. Hailey Bieber's a big name. They're like, okay, and then there's the whole controversy with like, I don't know, like people wanting Selena to be with Justin. Like that is so
That ship
old
sailed a long
news.
time ago.
Yeah, I just think people
Mine
need to
did
get
too.
over it. Exactly,
too.
your chances are
Our
all
ship,
over.
yeah.
But it's okay.
It's okay.
But they just want like to force drama on them so they can write a story.
Yeah.
And
It's
it just
upsetting.
makes it is.
It's nasty.
Like they want people to think that their relationship is having like, oh my god, this happened, or oh my god, this happened. Like Why can't they just have a happy marriage?
I'm just thinking about us as journalists knowing how unethical that is. But this is another thing too. Haley, like she was obviously a supermodel. Her dad's super famous, like was always in the industry. And maybe she also feels like she's a little bit too attached to Justin, like she's only seen as Justin Bieber's wife. Like she's trying to do her own thing. She's made the YouTube channel. She's releasing what's her middle name? Rhode, which is her new skincare. Like I think
Wow, I
she's
didn't know
trying
that.
to kind of like do things for herself and like maybe she's like rebrand herself, not just as Justin Bieber's trophy wife, but as someone who's like a businesswoman and someone who is
Yeah.
being able to do all of these things on her
Yeah.
own.
In all honesty, Justin posts her more than she posts
Yes,
him. Like
yes.
Valentine's Day, he's
Did you see
obsessed.
that?
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
She's beautiful.
She
like,
is very beautiful.
He's obsessed with her in like all good ways, but like you never really see Haley like posting all about Justin,
Yeah.
like which I appreciate because like, I mean, do what you want. Usually when the guy posts you on Instagram, social media, he's in love with you. Just saying.
That's true. But I think that Haley, like, she had a big name for herself
did.
before she married
Justin.
Justin. Like, Haley Baldwin, it was like,
Yeah, she's one
A
of the
top girl.
great models.
yeah. And I think that there are people who still recognize, like, she's Haley Baldwin. Like, she's important. But then it is unfortunate to see that there are people like, oh, it's Justin Bieber's wife. Like, no, Justin Bieber is Haley Baldwin's husband. Like,
Yes,
I
agree.
just like don't like that people automatically, when she gets married to somebody who's also famous, it's like
Construed.
all of a sudden she's down here.
Yeah.
I love her, and ever since I watched the Justin Bieber documentary back in 2020, I think it was, where he talked about like his drug and all that mental issues, and you really see like how much Haley is there for him. That's when I truly gained the respect for her, and like started to like follow her on all social media platforms. That's when I started to like become a fan of her too, as a person, and to see like now that she's constantly like having to defend herself, like I feel bad for her.
Yeah.
I really like her. I do.
I know, me too. And I'm glad she's making this decision
Me
because she's
too.
like, if you want to interview me, you can interview me
About
about
me.
Me,
not
not-
about my relationship, my husband, what he's doing. She's like, and I think that's like an empowering move for her to do.
Do you guys remember like peak COVID, like 2020 pandemic? They would make YouTube videos and they would go on Instagram Live and answer like a
Yeah.
bunch of questions. That I think that was like one of the things that they did to show like inside scoop of their relationship, how like they're normal people too. And that's another way that I saw like they were super healthy and how nice of a person Haley was. And I think that maybe that could be a reason too why so many people like following the Biebers, like not being able to separate them at themselves. So
Yeah.
good for Haley. I don't
Yeah.
blame her.
I
As she
agree.
should.
As she should.
As
A
she
lot
should.
of those today.
Yeah, as they should.
Another as she should is Britney Spears.
Yes.
Because the biggest news of the week is, of course, about the queen herself, Britney Spears. Britney has signed a $15 million deal, yes, $15 million, to write a tell-all memoir about her life and the situation that she went through. I think this is a great, great, great opportunity for her because she's amazing and she deserves to tell her story and not have people tell it for her. Because she went through so much. Like, nobody knows everything that she went through. And people are like lying about things that she did or saying something happened but didn't. This is her chance for her to say, like, this is what happened, this is what I went through for however many years it was, like almost 20 years of her life, and I'm gonna share my story.
I thought it was ironic that
We were just
it was
talking about
right
that.
after, what's her?
Jamie.
Jamie. Again, she's also irrelevant, no offense. Even though I think she's on this show that I'm watching. I don't
Sweet
know.
Magnolia?
Yes.
Mhm.
I don't like her character there, and I don't like her in person. And I've never met her. But anyways, got off track.
It's okay to make that
Yeah,
assumption.
it's okay. You should watch it though. Anyways, she released a memoir, and Britney went on Instagram saying like, she said something.
She gave her a
Yeah.
cease and
Yeah, because she was
Yeah.
using her
Her
She was
story.
promoting her book around Britney, basically,
Yeah.
and being like, this is the story of
That's
what
just sick.
happened, whatever. So she sent the cease and desist because she's like, keep my name out your mouth. Like, you don't need to say my name to promote your book.
Yeah.
Like, that's, and I'm like, good for her that she did that.
The interviews were brutal too. Like, again, what's her name? Jamie
Jamie
Lynn.
Lynn.
Yeah, again, irrelevant. But she was like, yeah, I mean, I've been through so much too. And my thing is like, okay, everyone has their own trauma, but don't, like, your sister's trauma was way greater than your trauma. And like,
Yeah.
you could have spoke out years ago about this. You could have been with her.
You
but
could have
now
helped
you're
her.
you're helping, you're tearing that divide even more with the family. So it's kind of like, what are you doing? That just it makes me so angry.
It's her way to make money and like build a name for herself
Exactly.
again.
It's
like,
disgusting.
Oh, my
Like,
sister's
you
going
fell off
through this.
Zoe 101. Like, okay.
Yeah.
About a year ago, I became an avid book reader. I have. My favorite, guys.
I love how nobody questions her.
I'm
She's
furious, and
I
she's like,
became
well,
an avid book
reading.
reader. I
Guys,
have.
don't make fun of me. My two favorite books, well, two favorite genres, romance novels and memoirs.
Uh-huh.
I'm
It was the
reading this
transition.
book.
She goes, I think I'm an avid book reader. I have. And
I-
nobody questioned her.
I'm like, okay.
I'm going to read this book. This is the first time in her life where she gets to be unfiltered, not watched. I'm going to read it.
I
thought
think I'm going to read
15.
it too.
Okay. Maybe
15
it's 'cause
million.
15 million. That's a
And she's
lot
going
of
to
money.
get more.
Plus the money she makes off of how many
That's a
books
lot
are
of money.
purchased. Like,
As she should. Go get a girl.
should we have a book club?
Yes.
We can
Yes.
talk about it every week.
Britney stands only.
That's going to be a new segment on the show. We're going to call it the Britney Book Club.
I'm
And
I'm
we're
for
going to
it.
read her new memoir.
Point blank.
actually,
Period.
I'd really would read that. I feel like my mom would read that. I feel like my
Yeah.
aunt, I feel like a lot of people would be interested to hear her side of the story because I feel like a lot of it was he said, she said, who couldn't speak, who could speak on her behalf, blah, blah, blah. Like this is a good chance for her to get her story out there.
Yeah,
And
what-
like truths. And I
Yeah.
hope that she picks a good editing team, that they don't filter her out, tune her
Could be
out
a
because I
movie,
want to
too.
read it.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Well, they've had multiple documentaries.
Yeah, the documentaries have slapped.
I love the documentaries. But I agree, it was a whole like he said, she said type thing. But like the book will be like Britney said. Because it never was like
Ooh,
what
I
Britney
like that.
said.
Ooh, what's
It
the
should-
title?
I should tell I feel
Yeah,
like
Sweet
this-
DM her.
here, Brittany,
Yeah.
and others.
Literally, I better get part of that 15
Yeah,
million.
you should.
No, but
give
I
us
think
some.
it's like none of the situation was like coming from Britney. It was all from other people.
Other
like whether it
words.
was people representing her or against her, it still was never coming from her. So I think this is like the perfect thing for her.
Well said.
Thank you.
Does she have kids? Yes, right?
Yeah. You can see like there's pictures of her carrying her baby before the conservatorship, and then now when the conservatorship ends, her son is like almost 20 years old. It's like this picture shows how long the conservatorship has gone.
Jeez.
It's crazy.
That's scary.
I'm just so, this is just me as a book reader, wondering
Ooh, she is.
what the book is going to be like. Like, is it going to be from like a linear story? Is she going to talk about,
Yeah, I
are her
wonder.
kids going to have chapters where they could speak? Like, I'm so interested, because this could be in so many different ways. It could be strictly her saying using I. I'm just so interested to see.
That's so true.
I wonder how long it's going to take to come
I was
out.
gonna just say like I feel like it might take a while because
Right.
2 years.
it's like
20 years worth of
long
writing.
thing, and she has other things she's
And
doing.
She can't cover everything.
Yeah,
either,
but
so.
she needs to be the one to tell the story. Like
Yeah.
she can't have other writers write it for her.
Shoot, she might have already had the book, but she
True.
just wasn't able.
Writing while she was in
Yeah,
her.
castle.
That's
her
true.
castle.
Well, hopefully it comes out early enough so we can have our little book
Book
club.
club.
We could
You might
start
not be here for it though, but you could zoom in.
I was going to
for
say,
next
I'll tune
season.
in virtually.
Yeah, you'll be right there for our book club.
Like,
Yeah, but I'm really excited for the book.
Me too.
I cannot wait to read it. Well, that is unfortunately all the time we have for tonight. Make sure you give us a like and subscribe to see more of our beautiful faces every week. We will be back 2 weeks from now, but until then, have a great night and we'll see you next time.